Okay, what I'm going to be doing now is my bacon, my thick sliced brown sugar and cayenne bacon. That many people, I don't know if you guys like it all that much, but many of your friends and our family members do like it. So it's something you can serve. The first thing you start off with is a box of light brown sugar. Okay, it's trying to see the actual size. I don't know if it says on it. 16 ounces. Okay, so 1 pound of light brown sugar, and then what you're gonna do is put some cayenne pepper in it. Normally, the cayenne pepper that we have has a the hold cover, and what I do is I give it about 7 shakes, hard shakes, and then to mix it all up in. Today, because I don't have that, I'm gonna have to just pour some and just gauge it and pour some in my spoon. That's maybe 2 shakes. That's maybe 3 shakes. That's about 4. And then I'm gonna mix it all up. Okay. Just mix it up with your hands, which you have washed. Okay. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit more. You can see I'm pouring this in the spoon. And so just, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. So that's probably enough of the cayenne. And again, I'm gonna make sure that's all mixed up. You want it evenly mixed in all this brown sugar, okay? Over here, I've got a kind of a baking pan, a deep baking pan that has a cookie, I forget what you call these things, but you know what I'm saying, something that you let the cookies cool on. I've got that inside of it, and I strongly encourage you to use aluminum foil to cover the thing because it's easier cleanup afterwards. You can see that what I've done here is I've kind of made a little hole in the middle, kind of a parting of the Red Sea there. And what you do is you take, oh, by the way, I use Wright's hickory, naturally smoked hickory bacon for this, okay? And it's the thick slice, Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T. So what I'll do is I will take the bacon, and I'm just gonna put it in the middle, cover it, pat it down, okay? Flip it, and some of this is gonna come off, and that's okay. Cover it, pat it down, because you want it to stick somewhat, and then pick it up and put it on the cooling thing. And then I'm going to do that with, I think there's usually 8 or 9 that can fit, depending on how wide they are cut, about 8 or 9 that can fit at a time, okay? So just, again, do it, cover it, pat it, put it on here. So I'm going to do that until I've got the whole thing filled up. And just showing you here that, like, once I get this one done, you can see that now I've got all the brown sugar here. I go ahead and spread it out, make the opening again, take another piece of bacon, lay it down, and then start the process over again, like what you've seen. Okay, so you can see that I've got, actually, I was right, I can fit 9 on here. Different trays and cookie sheets are going to allow you to do different ones, so the number doesn't really matter. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this off the tripod now, is I'm going to take this, now that I've got it, ready to go, and I've preheated my oven to 310, okay, because what I want these to do is have a nice, long, slow cook. And so I've got it on 310, okay? I've got the timer set for 1 hour, okay? So just gonna take these in here, set them in, okay? I'm gonna do it on 1 hour. Now when I get done, with 1 hour, if I don't think that they're ready yet, I'll let it go for 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes or whatever. But we are now ready to go. I've fixed them, I've put them in the oven, and now I don't have to do anything for an hour. So we're about 32, 31 minutes in. This is what it's starting to look like. See, some of the brown sugar is still, powdery-ish. I don't know how you really pronounce it, but then some of it you can see is kind of conforming to the bacon. I'll show you what it looks like in about 30 more minutes. Okay, so there's 6 minutes left, and this is what it's looking like. It's almost there, but I think it's going to need about another 5 minutes or so. So I'm just going to change the timer to like 11 minutes and go from there. But we're about ready for the next step. Key to the next step is wax paper. Okay, got a long thing of wax paper laid out. The bacon is almost ready. I'm getting ready to pull it out here in a second, and then we'll show you the next step. Okay, so I've got the bacon over here, and what I'm doing is I'm picking it up with a fork, and I will take it over here and lay it down on the wax paper. I just scoop under the bacon on one end, and then you can see I just let it flip. If you wanted to, you wouldn't have to flip it. You could just put it up like I've got it here, and then, that's the top of it facing. It doesn't really matter. I usually do the flip. Now, the bottom line is I may have, and on the next batch, leave it in a little bit longer. This was about 1 minute and 5 seconds on 310. I may do it for a little bit longer just to get a little bit crispier the next time. This will be fine, and once it cools, it gets, it gets crispy. And actually, I'm not serving this for a day or so, and that'll be fine. But again, the key to it is the wax paper, and then the last thing that I do before I either serve it or store it, and again, whenever I store it whether it's in a container or in a Ziploc bag or whatever, but covered, surrounded by wax paper so it doesn't stick to anything. These scissors are only used on food. Okay, I had a little bit of a issue there with the recording, but anyway, these scissors only are used on food, and what I do is I take them and I just cut and I had some more video difficulties. But anyway, this is what it looks like when you got done cutting them, obviously, and use wax paper. And whether you're, the reason I'm doing this is sometimes if I put them on a last try. Anyway, so this is how you can arrange them. But this is how it looks. They're very tasty. Enjoy, and I'm going to shut this off before I have video problems again.